I don't even know how this episode's gonna go. I don't even know how it's gonna go. And I just started laughing when Rick was like, "I'm going on mute." Like, later, fuckers. Like, it is
leaving us to our own devices.
Yeah, he's like, "You're on your own." The podcast is gonna look a little different because it is at night. It is nighttime.
Yes.
And the reason we had to do that is because Rick, he's too busy for us. And
all his fault.
All his fault. And the truth of the matter is that we're all very busy. And spring break is this week. And we will be leaving out of town as a family to go to Brea. So when you hear this, me and Captain Evil and the whole family.
Our crazy traveling circus will be in California.
We will be in California at the Brea Improv. And Rick is heading to New York City to do some business because he's a big shot. And there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Why are you smiling?
Huh? Because when Rick was like, okay, I'm going on mute, literally before we ran in the room, we were both so annoyed with each other.
I was not annoyed. You are annoyed right now.
You were being annoying.
No, how was I being annoying? Because I had an antibiotic and I threw it on the the bed, and then you lost my antibiotic?
No, because we're running late, right? Poor, we're like trying to get this podcast episode in. Rick is waiting on us. I'm like trying to get in the room as quickly as possible. And you're obsessing about your antibiotic that you left on the bed. And I'm like, can that wait till after when someone is not waiting on us?
I'm sorry if we were rushing because you were getting a massage.
Because my body is falling apart. It's literally my hip, like an old lady.
Okay, and I have been very patient.
I have like an old lady hip from bearing your two children. Thank you very much.
I was going to say your hip hurts for different reasons. Because Daddy rocks that shit.
Big Terry's, is that going to be the Big Terry?
But no, Renae, and God works in mysterious ways.
Really? He made my hip hurt?
Yes. Well, no, because I have a bad back. So some of you might not know, but I broke my back in high school, and I've had a bone fusion of my L4, L5, and I am in forever pain.
Yeah.
I'm always dealing with, move up a little bit. I'm always dealing with back pain and back issues, and it makes my leg hurt and my sciatic hurt and my hip hurt, and I don't say shit. I grit my teeth and I go about my day, and there are times when, and a lot of it has to do with me too, is that I do too much and I'm in pain. And instead of telling you that I'm in pain, I just act out and I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
Right? And you have been grumpy as shit since your hip started hurting. And now it's like, oh, yeah.
No, I just keep telling you, like, I'm in pain. Can you please carry the 25-pound child or help me with the 20-pound diaper bag that I'm lugging around?
Have I not been sweet and patient?
Yes.
Did I not put both children to bed last night for you?
Yes.
For us? Did I not do that?
I don't even remember what happened last night. Did you? I don't remember.
You went to bed and just left me with children. And of course I handled it.
I just left you with children. The way you just leave me with children every Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
To pay the bills. Yes, I do. No bills got paid last night. 0 bills got paid last night. But it's funny you bring that up, and it automatically, people loved last week's episode, and I did too. I really liked last week's episode, and sometimes I do want to get into those topics and talk about that kind of stuff when it comes to marriage, and I'm glad that people liked it.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting. We went to lunch with our old neighbors, who are still our neighbors because we're still in the same neighborhood, and we love them, and they have just become great friends, and they're always there for us, and we're always there for them. And as a matter of fact, we carpool the kids to school, so that's always been really nice. But do you remember the conversation we had that I thought was so interesting?
Well, no, you're making me a little nervous. Are you about to air their dirty laundry out on our podcast?
No. No, it was interesting because we were on the same page.
What did we talk about? What were we talking about? I don't remember.
Me and you and Jeff and Jessica were on the same page as that we share our accounts.
Oh, yeah. Jess had very strong opinions about it too, yeah.
I feel like either you share everything or you share nothing.
Yeah.
And if you are married, then you are married, and you should share
It's such a hot button topic.
It is, because a lot of people see it very differently. And I've always seen it as we are a team, right? And I don't make more money than you, and you don't make more money than me. This household has to run. This business, this lifestyle that we live has to run.
I was going to say, you say that, but
what?
Well, no, I don't. It's hard. It's hard.
No, we've always thrown everything into the same pot.
Yes, that we have.
We have always thrown everything into the same pot, and there's never been you're spending my money, or the opposite of you saying, well, you're spending my money.
Yeah.
What money is mine and what money is yours, and we don't do our business that way.
Yeah.
And I think, in my opinion, that when you throw it all into one pot, you really put forth an effort of we are equals. We share in everything because, the house has to run, the kids have to be raised, everything has to be done a certain way, and it doesn't matter who makes more money or less money or what.
Yeah.
We all share in the same pot, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested to know, Rick, how do you guys handle the finances?
We have joint accounts, but we also have a couple separate ones. But that's more for business than anything.
Well, so we do that too, where Renae has her account, but I'm on it. I have my account, but she's on it.
Yeah. And
then we have the investments. We're both on them. The houses, we're both on them.
We're both on everything.
We're both on everything.
But you have...
I have an account, you have an account.
Yes.
Right.
We have an account that we call your primary that you run out of your personal stuff. And I have an account that's my personal primary account that I do my spending out of.
So is that similar to you guys, Rick?
Exactly, yeah.
Has it ever been like, well, Gigi makes this money, I make that money, and you pay for this and I pay for that? And
it was in the beginning of the relationship, but then we're 14 years in. At some point, you're like, let's just be a team.
Well, I think it's probably easier to keep things separate when you don't have children. But then once you have children, it's like, well, I'm paying for the groceries every week, And like Rick, they've got 3 grown boys in their home that probably eat a crap ton of food. Like, I don't want the grocery bill. You take the grocery bill.
I would even say more so that when you're dating, right?
Yeah.
When you're dating, it's like, oh, okay, well, you have your account, I have my account.
Well, sure, you're dating.
And then once you move in together, it's still kind of your account, my account.
Yeah.
But once you get married and you start buying houses and you start, doing business together and you start doing things, well, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, man, we got to buy a washer and dryer. We got to,
Yeah.
So then it just turns into this big pot. But there are people, Rick, that in their relationship are very... You make your money, you spend your money the way you want. I make my money, I spend the money the way I want. Yeah. And when we're both responsible for half the bills.
I think it also gets complicated too when you're talking about taking care of family. If like one side of the family needs more help than the other side of the family does, then things get complicated there too, Unless both,
I didn't think they were, but I guess they are. I guess we're learning that there's...
Unless both spouses are on the same page about it. You know what I mean? That like we're good with it.
Well, I mean, and I think that a big contention of divorce, they say, is money problems.
Yeah.
Right? It's fighting over money, and I have always shared everything that I've ever had with you.
Yeah. No, that won't be our problem. You'll just give it all to me.
I will. And I don't care. And I know that there's a lot of guys out there like me where they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, I always say, look, I work for you. I work for my kids. I don't need much.
Yeah.
I wear the same bullshit,
I know. It's just a matter of does it have sleeves or not?
Today I'm wearing sleeves, even though it was kind of hot outside, but it started off cold. But I just thought it was interesting that, we were on our way to lunch.
Uh-huh.
And that topic came up, and I don't know why it came up.
I don't know why it came up.
But it was really cool that Jeff and Jess were on the same page that we were. You know what? What happened was that Jeff is in the middle of starting to open up a business, so he is not at a job. He's opening a business.
Yeah.
And then they made a joke about her being the sugar mama, and it was a joke, and then they know somebody that we don't know, and I don't know their name, that is very, your money's your money, my money's my money, and they thought that was absurd.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's absurd so much as
Well, there's this thing of like, okay, I'm going grocery shopping for our family. Do I really have to ask you to put money in my account to make sure that I have enough money to go buy these groceries for our family?
silly.
You know?
Well, and that was the other thing that they were talking about, is that she had a certain amount of budget that he controlled.
Right.
And then that when she wanted more, she had to come and ask him for more.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought that was a bit absurd. You know, to me, it's like, hey, man, there is no family without you.
Yeah.
I do not have children without you.
There's no groceries in that refrigerator without me.
Well, we both
and HEB curbside pickup.
We both have our responsibilities, and over time, and I think with Rick and Gigi as well, over time you get into your lanes.
Yeah.
Right? And you get into your lane to contribute to your household.
Yeah.
And those are equal lanes.
Right. And mine is buying the things.
Yes. One of your lanes is to buy the things. But, you know, I've never been the type. Well, but I was also raised very old fashioned. I have never let you buy a meal. When we were dating.
That's true.
When you were dating and we went to the movies, we went to go eat.
Yes.
I always paid.
Yeah, you did.
Because I was raised that the man pays for the woman.
Yeah.
Now, that might catch some shit, right? There might be some women out there like, oh my God, Steve, you know, that's chauvinistic or whatever, but it's just how I was raised. And I just always felt the need that, hey, I'm asking you to be with me.
Yeah.
You're not wanting to be with me. I want you to be with me. So was it like that with you guys, Rick, when y'all started dating?
Yeah, except I would pay that she would pay because, man, I was broke.
Oh, so sometimes you're like, hey, I would like to take you to the dinner, but I have zero money.
That's right.
I had zero money too. I just pretended that I did. But you know, it is interesting to me that, and I will say that you know, there were times for me and you that things were tough.
Yeah.
You know, financially, things were not easy, and sometimes we were living check to check, and it was hard. You know, and I always had this pride as to we're going to do it on our own.
Yeah.
You know, even though your parents would try to help.
Yeah, you would get upset.
I would get very upset.
You get really upset.
Well, and again, if they were to send you a $25 Starbucks card, I can accept that as a gift.
Yeah.
You know, but when they were sending us big bucks,
Yeah.
I would take those checks back to your dad.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't cash them. You know, but I also think that helped me earn the respect of your parents moving forward in our lives, that, hey, this is my team.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing that is hard to draw that line in the sand with your in-laws on both sides, that, hey, this is how we do things.
Yeah.
Right? I'm glad that, you know, I always, you know, one of my favorite movies, as you know, is Coal Miner's Daughter. And I remember Doolittle Lynn in the movie, he looks at Loretta and he goes, you need to make a decision. Are you my wife or are you his daughter?
Yeah.
Because if you're my wife, we do things like our team. Yeah. And I always thought that was really cool. And I think I've told you that a few times in our
you took that you played the line on me from Coal Miner's Daughter. You sure did.
But you know, we are so appreciative of I almost forgot. We are so appreciative of Aztec Chevrolet.
Yes.
And all of our friends over there. Please give them a shot. Aztec Chevrolet is our sponsor. They've been our sponsor. Miss Dora too. Don't forget about Miss Dora and her eyelashes and the 10 other things that she sells. But Aztec Chevrolet, Old Salt Coffee, our friends at Old Salt Coffee, and we have picked up a new sponsor.
We have,
and I'm very excited about it because they are featuring us because they're fans of us.
This is a really cool, exciting one.
Yes, it is called Picked Cherries.
Yes.
Download the app.
Picked with an ED on the end of it. Picked Cherries.
Picked Cherries. Download the app. It is podcasting for dummies. And I love it because it makes listening to our podcast so simple. Picked Cherries. Please download it. They love us. They have become fans of us.
You see our face all over the app.
Yes, they're all about it. So thank you, Picked Cherries. So please download the app.
And it's a really cool way for our audience to share bits of our podcast with their friends. That's what this whole app is about.
Yes, and forgive me, forgive my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm on antibiotics that my wife hid from me, and I finally found them. Oh, but what makes Picked Cherries really unique is that if you're listening to our podcast and I say something stupid or funny, or Renae and I actually... Mostly stupid. Yeah. Or Renae and I actually say something that you think might help another couple, you could actually pick that cherry by hitting a button. It'll go back and save that clip.
You're taking a little chunk out of our podcast and sharing it with your friends.
And then you can now share it with your friends. So it's really cool. Pick Cherries. Please download it. And we went to, for one night, I went to Tunica, Mississippi.
Turns out we'd been to Tunica before.
Yes. The crazy part is, okay, first of all, Texans are extremely friendly.
Yes.
Man, the people of Mississippi are overly friendly.
Yeah?
I mean, just over the moon sweet to us, and the casino was great, and we were a little bummed because right at 6 o'clock, a snowstorm blew in.
I didn't know it snowed in Mississippi.
They said, and somebody said when it does, it's March.
Oh, yeah?
But I mean, I'm not talking about like some flurries. I mean, a snowstorm came in 2 hours before showtime. Oh. And it just really killed our attendance. But we still had an amazing show. And one of our friends, that's why this is up here, because I just can't get over how people treat us. Yeah. I mean, it is just, I mean, her husband's a whiskey guy, and he brought me a bottle of whiskey. And you know, I love when people bring me a bottle of whiskey. I do.
Yeah.
But it's easy to walk into a store and buy a bottle of whiskey. His wife
hand crocheted this beautiful blanket for Delilah.
Here's what tripped me out. She goes, I wish it was bigger. I just started doing this today. I'm running late. She did that.
In a day?
In a day.
Holy cow.
She calls herself My Simple Life.
Wow. Delilah loved it when she saw it. And
she can hand crochet you custom blankets. And she's making one for Garrett as we speak. And she was just so sweet and just, I mean, look at this. I don't know.
It's beautiful and sparkly and soft.
I don't know how long it takes to do something like this, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's soft.
Delilah like hugged it as soon as she saw it.
She did. So thank you so much for this just really thoughtful, amazing gift. And again, do I love getting bottles of whiskey? Yes.
Yeah.
Do not stop bringing bottles of whiskey. I am just saying that the effort that it must have taken to do something like this, because it's beautiful. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
And then you want to show that one?
Oh my God.
That one came in a while ago, and we didn't know what was going on with it.
It's from Jackie and Pat Freeze. And how funny is this? They made like a bunch of them. It says, from Renae's Bitches. And they're egg cartons. And they have funny sayings. This one says, over easy, like Sunday morning. But there's like,
they're awesome.
Some of these? Boneless chicken, farm fresh butt nuggets. Like,
that's awesome.
It's great. Because the neighbors were saying when we get our chickens that they want some eggs. So just got laid, this one says. So I have something to send eggs over to the neighbors.
So thank you so much. And I don't know if they sell this stuff or not, but you know,
I don't know if they do. They just said they thought it was funny and they love watching you, and they wanted us to have something for me to have something for my chickens.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So again, you know, when we get stuff like this, and lately, man, at the end of my show, it has been, and it continues to grow, and it's amazing. Renae and I will be at dinner, and somebody will buy our dinner, or somebody says thank you, or somebody brings us a gift. And lately at my shows, I have been saying this show's not dedicated to me,
Yeah.
right? It's dedicated to those men and women that wake up and do the hard jobs.
Yeah.
You know, the jobs that take pride, the jobs that aren't easy, and the reason that people do the jobs, not because they love it,
Yeah.
they do the job because they have pride and they want to take care of their family.
Yeah.
You know, and I think about, you know, those men, and I'm not being sexist, but most of them are men. I think about those men that build our highways and our roads, and sometimes, you know, and you've been with me, where we're leaving a gig and we got to drive 2 hours and it's the middle of the night, and these men are out there in the elements
Working.
building our streets. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God,
Yeah.
you know, the courage, the balls it must take, and the love you must have for your family and for your wife to go, this is the job I'm going to do because it pays well, and I got to do what I got to do to give my family the things that they deserve. And I just, you know, and the nurses and you know, which are mostly women, the nurses that work the crazy hours and the shifts and doing the hard things.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, and the teachers and our first responders and our police. I mean, all these people who really work these jobs that are hard.
Yeah.
For real hard. You know, me, you, Rick, Gigi, we get to create, and we bitch about it sometimes. You know, you don't hear me and Rick bitch, but me and Rick sometimes bitch about being creators, and it's shameful. And, you know, so I've been dedicating my shows to those people.
Yeah.
Right. And when you guys bring me stuff like this, or a thoughtful gift like the eggs, I just feel like, man, don't give to, like, you guys already give us so much.
Yeah.
You know, and to give more, it's just golly. And then sometimes I feel bad, like the eggs, for example, our business address is my dad's house.
Yeah.
So my dad lives 230 miles away from us. By the time he gets the gift, and then by the time we get all the mail,
Sometimes it takes a minute. Yeah.
it takes a while. So, you know, I'm sure that they're like, these motherfuckers. We send them a really cool, thoughtful gift, and they didn't remember to give us love. But thank you, and we finally got to it. So thank you so much. And then behind me, I finally got to put them up, and I didn't realize how many I had, so I still have more to display. But those are all my challenge coins. You know, all these military men and women, they bring me these coins, and I love them.
Yeah.
My son loves them, and I had been putting them. They're all over the house in different boxes. Some are in my safe, and I just hadn't displayed them, but we love them. So finally, I was able to.
I knew you had a bunch, but I didn't realize there were so many. Like when I saw how big the case was, I was like,
and I have more.
It's going to look half empty, but you like filled that sucker up.
I have more, and I love when I get them.
Yeah.
I mean, it just means the world to me, and
it's a cool collection.
And it's really, really cool to now be able to display them because of the generosity of these people. You know, I did get my ass kicked at the casino.
Womp, womp, womp.
We went on a run at the craps table that was just one of the worst.
And it had nothing to do with me. I didn't call you. I didn't bug you. I didn't ask you how much money you were spending. It had nothing to do with Captain Evil.
We did get beat pretty bad. We got beat pretty bad. And it is what it is. We're still up.
We're still up. No, we're not.
We're still up. But just to give people a heads up, because we're very excited about a couple of ideas. One of which is we're going to be taking Daddy Raymond and Mama Mia, Renee's parents, to Philadelphia. So we're very excited about taking them to Philadelphia. And the reason we're excited about it is because I took my dad there, and my dad just freaking loved it.
Yeah.
So we'll be there in a month in Philly.
Yes.
So now the problem that me and Dad had was, and especially then because it was still COVID-y, one of the problems we had was it was impossible to get to see the Liberty Bell. It was impossible.
Oh, I probably need to make reservations for all that stuff, huh?
It was impossible to get into Independence Hall. So if any of the fan-mily works or knows anybody that works in Philadelphia that can help us
Oh, and I hear the Sesame Street Place theme park is awesome. So
Yes.
I want to do that with the kiddos. I got to make sure I get a reservation
So
for
we're
that.
super excited about it. We wanted to give you guys a heads up on it because if you can help us in Philly, we would love the help. And also, it's going to work out for everybody. There's a casino for me and Daddy Raymond at the end of the night, and I'm so excited that we're going to get to see history. You know, Philly's a great town. It is a historic, great town, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that somebody's listening and somebody says, "Oh well, I got to hook up at Independence Hall or you
Yeah.
know, something like that, or the Sesame Street
Yeah.
theme park."
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about it. And then the other thing that I'm excited about, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Is it really already? No,
May.
it's not till that. Okay.
March is almost over.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Easter's here in 3 weeks.
Crazy.
It's nuts. So let me ask you this question.
Uh-oh. What are you going to ask me?
What would a perfect Mother's Day be?
A nice meal with my family that I don't have to cook or clean up.
That's every day.
Shut your mouth.
That's every day.
Shut your mouth.
You don't do shit.
No, it's not.
It's every day.
A husband who appreciates me and realizes how much I really do. That's what I want for Mother's
Baby,
Day.
who took your hip out of place? Me. Because I appreciate you. That's
I
why.
can't even sit in this chair comfortably. I've been fidgeting the whole time. I can't cross my legs.
Just a meal?
Yeah, like a good meal. Yeah, just like a chill afternoon. Maybe like a nice meal with my family and then a couple of hours in the house by myself and you and the kids go someplace. Like after we've had time together, then you guys leave.
Well, I was thinking, and we got to figure out how we can do it. But I was thinking that we would go. You know. Look, I love, and I think the people love it. I think when we go out on location and we get the family
Oh, it's
involved,
fun. It's like a
fun.
different energy. It's good.
So I was thinking we do a mom brunch, not on Mother's Day,
Okay.
because I don't want to take mothers away from their kids.
Yeah, you as a mom, you want to be with your kids.
Not on Mother's Day, but maybe the week before or something. What we do, maybe we call up my friends at Los Fontanas restaurant. We take the restaurant over. We cater for all the moms.
Okay.
We do mimosas. We do a special menu, and we do the podcast, a special Mother's Day podcast, where my mom comes, your mom comes, right? And we just talk to our moms.
That's fun.
And then talk to other moms about their challenges, the things that they go through.
I like it. Have you talked to Rick about this, or is this the first Rick is hearing about it?
I don't like to talk to Rick about it. I like to fucking throw it in his face on the spot. I like to put him on the spot.
So then people can comment that they really want us to do it, and then
Yes.
we're guilted into
And then-
doing it.
And then Rick's sitting there going,
Got it.
"Oh my God, how am I going to pull this off?"
Got it.
And I'm hoping that Gigi's sitting right behind him going, "Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do." But I just thought,
And thanks.
What did he
they
say?
what?
She is, and thank you.
But I would also like to get some perspective from Gigi and other moms and really get the idea and the older I get, the more appreciation I have for women.
Yeah.
I do. And even in my act lately, I say, hey, I owe you girls an apology. Because the older I've gotten and the wiser I've gotten, I see how hard it is to be a woman.
Yeah.
And you've taught me a lot of that. So I think that we could do something really cool.
Yeah.
Really special. Either right here in New Braunfels or San Antonio or even San Marcos or
Yeah.
and do something really cool, really special, really mom specific,
Yes, I like it. I like it.
right? And do a special Mother's Day edition of the Stephen Captain Evil podcast.
I'm on board.
What do you think, Rick?
Great idea. Love it.
I think Gigi
Gigi
punched
was
him.
pinching him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gigi's like,
I definitely think
"Motherfucker."
he was being pinched.
Speak up. Yeah, see? But it's being a parent is really such a special thing, and being a mom has got to be really special as well.
It is.
But I joke about it on stage. I tried to write the joke about it, and I just had a really hard time writing it. But it is true how, excuse me, it is true how men and women are just built different.
How so? What are you saying? Where are you going?
No, I can drive for 15 hours.
Yeah.
No problem. It's easy for me, and then you drive for 2 and it's like, ugh, I can't. Right? You can hold a baby for 15 hours and you hand the baby to me for 2.
5 minutes.
And I'm like,
5 minutes, Steve. 5 minutes.
But we are built differently. And
I
we've talked
literally
about
have
it.
to like go and hand her to you and be like, take her for a bit.
No, not lately. We've been wrestling. I make her laugh. We play.
Yeah, but when we're like at a barbecue or something, you just don't realize, I have been holding the child
There
the entire
are
time.
beer drinking games that I need to win. Okay? I love to win. Uh-huh. And when it comes to cornhole, I always win.
Yeah.
Horseshoes, I always win. They brought out a new game. Never played it before.
Oh, I knew it. No, once they brought the game, I was like, I might as well make me and the kids a second plate of food because we're going to be here a while.
Well, that's what happens when winter stays on. When winter stays on, I'm not going anywhere. It was a Frisbee game. You hit the pole, catch the bottle. I won. Me and my partner won. So, no, but I really think that maybe doing a really big, special Mother's Day extravaganza
Making it fun. I like it.
could be really cool. And the people of Mississippi, I will be back. We had a wonderful show.
Yeah.
And the people were awesome and great. And we have decided to take our family for spring break, because it is Garrett's spring break, to Brea, California. And we were going to do Disneyland, but
I didn't there's still like reservations and there's no reservations left. So no Disney. So we got to come up with a new game plan. What we're going to do with the kiddos.
A new game plan as to...
Garrett's never done Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, I was thinking Knott's Berry Farm, and then I'm like, okay, well, how far is...
But there's like the Discovery Cube. There's so many great children's museums, and Garrett actually really likes that.
Yeah, no, Garrett loves it.
He's really into that.
You took him to the library today. He loves...
Yeah.
He comes home with a DVD. That's how he must feel about DVDs like I felt about records.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm going to play a record. You know what I mean? Like...
It's true.
I would go to
because it's true.
I would go to the library and be like, they have a record player?
I know, for a second I was like, wait, do we have, when he wanted to get us, like, do we have a DVD player? And I guess, oh yeah, we can play it on the Xbox.
That's the only one we have left.
Yeah.
Is the Xbox. But it's like, oh, I'm going to go play a record. Like, that's how Garrett must feel about, I'm going to take a DVD home. Mm-hmm. So that must be exciting for him to get the DVD. Now, I just keep thinking about the Mother's Day show. Uh-huh. We got to figure out a way, because I don't know how to do it. I mean, is it first come, first serve? Do we do a contest?
Yeah.
Do we have kids, our husbands submit while their wife?
Oh, that's
I don't
cool.
know.
Yeah, that's cool.
My voice is bad. What are you thinking?
I like the idea of a husband submitting their wife, but I think if a woman wants to come, she should come. That's what I think.
Yeah, but there's only so many seats.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. It's just on my mind. But what day of the fast are you on?
Oh, I'm out of my 21 days. Now I'm just like trying not to gain all the weight back in 5 days.
How much weight did you lose?
I think I ended up at like probably 6 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's big for you.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't exercise. It is big for me. I didn't exercise much, maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And the whole time I was kind of doing it just because our travel schedule and...
No, I feel like you worked out.
More
than that.
No, I don't know. But it wasn't much exercising. It was mostly like focusing on the food and stuff. And then I started exercising again and I broke my hip.
That's not why she broke her hip. That's not why she hurt her hip. What is it? Is it the hip?
Yeah, it's the hip. And then it just like compensating and carrying Delilah and just like I'm all out of whack.
How are you? Like,
I'm all out of whack.
that was almost It was almost a dance. But we posted another video up today, and it's doing very well. And again, I'm reading the. Oh, by the way, I want to show you something.
What?
I want to show you something. I read the comments, and the comments came in, and I read the comments, and you don't. So somebody. Why are you laughing?
Because tell them more about how you obsess over the comments.
I don't obsess.
You know what? It's hard to like hold the baby and check my phone at the same time, especially because she's so wiggly. Since I hold her all the time.
Hang on, hold the conversation. Where is it?
What is this comment?
Oh, here, hold on, here it is.
What is it?
Is it on this one? Hold on, it might be done. I'll be on this one. I thought it was on.
What is this comment that is so dang important that you're going to stop the podcast for it?
I'm not talk. By the way, love from Romania. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's awesome. Where is it? Go ahead, continue.
What's it about? Just like summarize the comment. Now you have me on
somebody
pins
was
and
somebody
needles.
was like, I will have you know that Renae does read comments and replies. So then I put on the comment, let's see how long it takes her to see this.
Oh.
And you haven't seen it. But we put another one, and this video that we just put up, you can find on Facebook or YouTube. It was the same thing. I speak another example of I Speak Wife, and it is about my frustration with me saying, "Can you just tell me what you want?" Right?
Yeah.
And that when I took the TV outside,
Yes.
and then you were like, "Is the TV still outside?" Right? And then I'm like, "Just tell me to go get it. Just tell me to go get it."
Yeah.
Is it gonna get ruined, motherfucker? Just tell me to go get it. Tell me to go get it.
Yeah.
Well, how long is it gonna be out? And so that bit, right? You can watch the video. But I found it very interesting that that a lot of women were like, "Why does she have to tell you to go get the TV?
Well, yeah, because that's the whole thing. It's
Just
like,
bring the TV in."
just do what you're supposed to do, right? Like, just do what you're supposed to do. And then if I tell you, then I'm being bossy.
No, the point of the matter is that, number one, who cares? I'll get it tomorrow. Why?
It's going to get damaged and ruined.
It's not going to get damaged and ruined. It's a $100 TV that we bought at Costco when we first started dating. Who cares?
Let's just light $100 bills on fire then, Steve.
And maybe I was watching the game and I was a little drunk and I just wanted to go to sleep. And I didn't want to deal with the TV and the mess till tomorrow.
So then I would bring in the TV.
Bullshit. So, and then other women were like you said, just do, why would you just leave it out there?
I don't want to have to
Bring
like
it
nag
in.
you and tell you what to do. Just do what you're supposed to do. That's what you tell Garrett all the time.
Or-
don't complain. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Or how about trust that I'll bring it in the morning? Why does it have to be now?
And when you make that face, it's so annoying.
I'm just saying, like, that's the point, is like, oh my God, dude, really? Can we just not deal with it right now? I as an individual, chose not to deal with it. I watched the game outside. I had a good time watching the game outside. I would like to go to bed now and not deal with it.
Okay.
So then why?
Well, sometimes that's how I feel about the dishes at the end of the night.
And do I ever go, so are the dishes just gonna stay in the dish in the sink? Do I do that?
No, because I rinse them and I start the dishwasher so it can run overnight.
You've never left dishes in the sink. Stop.
I have left dishes.
Okay.
In the sink.
And when you leave them in the sink, am I like,
But they're not going to get ruined because I left them in the sink. That's the difference.
Are we just going to stink up the house with dirty dishes in the sink? I don't do that to you.
Well, I wouldn't leave like fried fish in the dishes in the sink.
But why can't you just say, hey, Steve,
Because then
so
you
that
say,
the TV
"I'm
doesn't
bossy."
get ruined?
You always say like it's in the delivery, Renae, that I need to. You always tell me I need to work on my delivery.
I always like that you're like, well, I don't want to seem bossy. It's like, bitch, you're bossy as shit. You are bossy. So just embrace your bossiness.
Well, no, but you want me to like not be bossy, like I can't even say it. You want me to not be bossy.
Look,
so I try to like maneuver my way around your feelings.
No, if you come to me and go, hey, can you go get the TV so it doesn't get ruined, please, and bring it in the house?
Uh-huh.
Right? And then I go, hey, you know what? I'm going to deal with it tomorrow. Can it be over?
Yeah.
Or, hey, you know what? You're right. Let me check the forecast. I guess it's going to rain tonight. Maybe I should go get the TV.
It is Texas. Anything could happen.
So I really enjoyed seeing the comments of that one because I just think of us.
Uh-huh.
And I love the fact that like some people are like, this literally just happened. Like this just happened. So we have 329 comments already. That's hilarious. Yep. So what's the problem, Steve? You took the TV outside. You need to put it back where it goes when you're done. And
I feel like these are like life lessons we talk about with Garrett all the time.
In a nightgown, I sure as heck would go out there and get the TV, and I would be talking shit the whole time too. Yes, that is another point. Is that if you disagree with my wife, it is so fucking painful because the amount of shit talking that comes out of your mouth is unbelievable. I am thinking, who needs marriage counseling on communication when comedy can pretty much sum it up? Most of our conversations seem to be like Steve's. However, it's one of those things that if you ask too much, you are nagging or needy.
Exactly.
Love you, Steve. You're awesome. Thank you so much for the needed laughter. Can't tell you how much I truly appreciate it. Curious, is the new thing, did you start using more profanity? See what I did there? I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't know.
But no, these comments are just freaking awesome.
I thought we were using less profanity.
Somebody sarcastically said, because men respond so well to being told what to do.
Exactly.
I can't speak wife with my husband. He just doesn't get it. Has he achieved the impossible? Cracking the wife code? I am from Germany. Thank you, Germany. And Steve Trevino is so right. Best comedian I've ever seen. Just great.
Keep telling us more about how great you are, Steve. Keep going, please.
Here you go. Look. I asked my husband last night if he had turned the AC on, and what temperature did he set it. He said yes to 60. So I said, I think it may have changed because it's hot. Of course, he got up out of bed and went to check. Dude, these are so funny. And then this one here with the emoji face, the annoyed with that face. Why does she need to tell you to bring it back in the house? Why didn't you put it back after you finished outside with it? ?
Exactly.
Hold on, we got
Maybe I want to watch Real Housewives inside after you pass out and there's no TV there.
What she's trying to say is, how stupid are you? But she's saying it nicely. So good. So good.
That was pretty spot on.
That's why you should read the comments. No, I love it. Like I read the comments and again, you have the people that understand what I do and how I do it and really get it. And then you do find some comments where you're like, oh, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like I have found every once in a while at a show, after a show, a woman will be waiting for me very upset. Right?
I kind of love those.
They're very upset. They're very Karen, right? They're already all Karened out over there. And then I go up to them and they're like, you know what? And the way that you talk and blah, blah, blah. And then my next question is, are you married? 99% of the time, like, well, I'm divorced. I'm like, bitch, this conversation's over. There is no conversation to be had. I like the one that Brad Garrett got. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember. Remind me.
Oh my gosh. I need to get that email.
Remind me.
From the Brad Garrett Comedy Club.
Oh, about you. Brad Garrett got it about you. I thought you meant someone complaining about Garrett. Brad Garrett. I don't remember that one. Yeah, I know the one
A woman sent a message saying that
She was irate.
I love it. And she was like, Steve is abused. His wife is abusive. The way that she handles, the way that he describes the way that his wife treats him is abusive. And there is such a thing as men being abused in a marriage. This woman is abusing him. And this is not funny. And he needs help. And he needs to go to counseling. And he needs to get away from that woman. And a little tear came down my eye. Because I was like, somebody finally gets it.
Understood.
I have been shouting for help. I have been crying for help. Nobody has heard my cries. But it's so funny how people can perceive things and because I really do think that sometimes
what you do, the reality of the situation is what you do is a form of art, right? It's like
it's subjective, right?
Well, yeah, and so it's open to interpretation on all sides.
It is very open to interpretation, and it's funny to me. It's like reading a text message. Key and Peele did a very famous sketch about not understanding. Because when you read a text message, you can choose to read it.
Yeah, you don't hear the tone in their voice.
However you want, right? So, and I forget how the sketch goes, but it was really brilliant by Key and Peele, where he goes, whatever, man. And he's like, whatever, man. Yeah. So you can interpret things, in different ways. And I think some people choose to, and I do, I'm trying to be better. And I know I curse a lot, but I grew up in a very profanity laced family. My sister was here this weekend just dropping F-bombs left and right. So I really do want to work on, me using profanity in my set. However, it is the way I was raised. It's the way that I speak. I come from a very blue collar family, that uses words like that.
I was going to say, I don't think it's necessarily blue collar. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
well, no, I'm saying my family, in particular,
don't necessarily go hand in hand.
I mean, my mom says "fucking shit," Arthur. I mean, my mom, so
it's so natural when it comes out of your mom's mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. And so I am working on it, but some people only choose to hear the profanity. Right? Once I drop an F-bomb, they bail.
They've checked out.
Right? They've checked out. They don't want to hear the rest of the things that I have to say. Right?
I miss the story.
And for me, and we've talked about it on this podcast, my set has to have heart. Right? My set has to have family values. My set has to come from a real place.
Yeah.
And I think that my set has a lot of heart. And I think there's a lot of takeaway from my shows when you watch my shows.
Yeah.
The love I have for my wife, the fact that my wife is abusive to me and I take it. But I think that people interpret things a certain way, or they hear the bad word and they bail, or they only see me they don't understand that a lot of the things that I'm saying out loud are things that I say in my head. I'm just saying them out loud for the audience.
Right.
Right. And a lot of people get that.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people watch my show and go, well, he didn't call her that.
Right.
He's frustrated with her, and he's just subconsciously giving us his subconscious mind.
Yeah.
No, conscious mind.
Yeah.
Right. But people sometimes miss the interpretation, and I think that was the case with Dave Chappelle's last special.
Yeah.
I think people heard a trigger word and immediately made it about that. And to me, if you really watch that special, it was really about something much bigger.
Oh, for sure.
Than that trigger word, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that word here because then they can pick the cherry, and then now they can cancel me with one little pick cherry. So
yeah.
But again, I think that people look at things and they misinterpret, or sometimes people, you just can't get them to see things any other way. They're going to see the things the way that they're going to see them.
Yeah.
And no matter who talks, and that's why I crack up with people getting into complete arguments on Facebook or social media with complete strangers. Do you really believe that you're going to be the one that changes this person's
That
mind?
makes them see eye to eye. Yeah.
Like, it's the dumbest shit ever. You
Yeah.
know, I just scroll past. Like, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah.
I don't have
You don't have time for that. You have so many other comments to read.
I do. And I have so many other fights to fight with people I love. With people I love in person.
Touche.
But this night episode was good, and you look beautiful as always, no matter what.
Oh, thank you, baby.
I know you had a massage right before this, and
I'm still in
I know you're in a
pain.
lot of pain, but you always look fantastic as always. And
You look good with sleeves on.
We're gonna. Daddy's been hitting the weights, trying to be better. I am proud of myself. I am in a 32-inch waist.
Ooh.
And when I first started this journey many years ago, I was at one point in a 36, and it's kind of shameful to admit, but I was 270 pounds,
Yeah.
and I went down from a 36 to a 34. I had maintained a 34 for a long time, so now I'm really proud to be in a 32. I mean, I'm a little bummed because I got to buy a new wardrobe. I don't want to buy new clothes.
I'll take you shopping.
I'm
That's okay.
swimming in larges.
Yeah.
Like, I put on a large shirt and I'm swimming in it.
Yeah. Just don't go shopping without me. I'm afraid to leave you to your own devices.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about
I'm
me.
afraid to leave you to your own devices.
I hope it's working. We froze over there, but we're going to wrap it up. We love you guys so very much. And again, when you guys do stuff like this for us, it is just too much. It really is too much. Thank you so much. And we absolutely love it.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So remember, download Pick Cherries. Remember to buy Old Salt Coffee because that gives $1 to our veterans.
Yes.
And of course, if you're going to buy a Chevrolet, give our friends at Aztec Chevrolet a chance. Thanks, guys.